Is that gonna work? Okay, maybe. All right, so let's see. Uh, we got the King of Wands. I'm looking for my Empress. Grand evening, everyone. I hope you guys are having a grand day thus far. I knew why this Empress, because somebody tried to make somebody the queen or a king or something like this. This is like somebody messing with the line of succession here. All right, so we got control here. Somebody had to pass away. I mean, they had to really get rid of a lot of people here to do this here, because there's some people that know the truth. There's somebody that knows the truth about somebody being laying claim to the 7 lands, or at least 2, possibly presidential energy. There's something here, okay, that somebody knows. Yeah, we got status here, okay? So we got control and status in reverse. So I'm feeling like this is matching up with what I was picking up on, that somebody, and then discovery of something. There's my birthday, the 9th. But also I'm hearing something about January 9th or something. I don't know if that would be Aquarius here. So even that star energy, I don't know what I'm hearing about that, okay? I hope nobody been messing around with nobody's birthday. Even though we know when we're talking about these cards, it doesn't have to be. But I feel like with the tarot community, they already had like keywords of what they were going to be talking about to make it go in a certain, make this thing go in a certain direction here. So again, it's kind of like what your intentions are, right? What your intentions are when you're doing anything that has to do with energy. If your intentions are to, like, if you're working with somebody, your intentions are to make something go some kind of way. We got assertion here, okay, at the bottom of the deck. You'll go that red dragon here. You know, this give me that energy of that book about Christian in the Abaddon energy. Let's see. Because I've been wondering, have people been trying to give have people been trying to give, we got this hand, I was about to say a hand with this enterprise. Yeah, extremist. Somebody was trying to get somebody to sign something. I don't know what these people done did here, but there's a certain card I want to find with this Virgo energy on it that was criticizing someone. Because you got to remember that you got your royals and you got your entertainers. We got the principle of the matter with the Pope's hat here. Here it is. Oh, and we got the serpent in the garden. Let's see. All right. So I said I was going to leave these out earlier because we pulled these when I cut the deck. All right. I got to move some things around. Okay. We got wedding rings here. I feel like somebody keep on trying to tell me something about they can't change the past, but they control the future. And I'm thinking like, great. Because whoever the fuck that you put on my throne or gave my crown or split my money and my houses and my energy with, you can go ahead and get rid of them. They can go to jail now. That's in the future. Matter of fact, it don't have to be the future. It could be in the present time. You know, what I'm feeling like is somebody put someone in a position here about a year or two ago. It could have been a while back, a long time ago, 10 years, 8 years, something like this. And they could already be working with the system, we'll just say, and grooming this feminine energy into being the empress. Maybe even offered up my seed or my grapes to this feminine energy in order to make this look better. These people could have planned to get rid of that Taurus, because the Taurus could be the one. I don't know why I keep thinking about that car accident when he hit that damn girl. I wish that I could have seen what this bitch looked like. Because sometimes I think, you know how people do scams on people? You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't that bad, but he did offer to pay for it or whatever like this and settle it out of court, I think. And then I was like, oh, was the girl nice looking? You know, we were joking around about it, but I don't know why the fuck that keeps coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, it was weird kind of talking to another woman other than you, like on the phone, because I guess they exchanged phone numbers. And, you know, I think that's all that we really talks about. And, you know, there was no indication or anything. But like I said, we dealing with motherfuckers that's narcissistic and skilled. So, you know, I don't know. You know, it's beyond the point, though, of, because I feel like these are the scam energies, because it was around time I also think I was doing that Kanika Jenkins thing on my channel. And, you know, seeing that, you know, again, some of these other energies, I don't mention them that much anymore, but their channels, tarot channels, were specifying this thievery or someone leaving somebody this inheritance or something. And but I realized that I just really think that either that unique and unapologetic tarot person got to be Kanika's mom, or it got to be it got to be somebody that share the same fucking DNA, period. All right, like, for faces is something that I don't forget. Just the same way I can see who possibly has something to do with this seed. We have Fly here that just fell on the top of the deck. Stop was there, and then Fly. This is what I can see, especially some of these seers and stuff like this that show their faces. I can kind of see whose breed they are. That's why I put those pictures up on my Instagram about the particular breeds, because somebody thinks somebody is stupid. So I don't know. I feel like these people have been up to whatever this is for a very, 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 very long time. And I feel like they kind of got it all together. And I feel like they placed somebody in a position that belongs to me in a job setting, excuse me, on a throne or something. And since we're not talking about, I mean, let's just keep it real. I mean, in my everyday life, I'm not hearing anything about so-called Black people claiming thrones or anything like this, or, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not really hearing much about what's going on with the throne now, since they say, you know, since Elizabeth is, you know, passed over. So, you know, I'm just figuring, why did this shit come in? Why did something come in so strong with me and this masculine? And I could already tell that got something to do with royal lineage. And then all of a sudden, now this masculine is like not around anymore, or not speaking to a certain extent. And then I'm feeling like, you know, I'm just feeling this energy. I can't help but, you know, and I feel like that's being a part of being empathic, and it's a part of my journey or something here. To discover whatever this is and to call it out. This could be like pure prejudice, like somebody wanting somebody to serve in a position that's light skinned or something like this. Like I said, it's no offense, but, you know, I don't recall hearing about anybody being, you know, a royal energy that would be having ties to the throne, that would be somebody that would be like of Chinese descent or Mexican descent. I mean, I've just never, you know, but I guess to keep the Black girl out, that's something that they would consider doing. Half of this also makes me think that the way that you have to do this is that the truth is, you know, they use these castratis or these castrated energies to be royals or something, and that's not nothing that they talk about on a regular everyday basis. And so it would sound crazy, but a couple years ago we were talking about it. But now all of a sudden, you know, I don't know if this is what this is. Where they're just saying that you have to be a transgender or you have to be gay to be on the throne. But I know that's not the Catholic Church saying no shit like that. These people are very emboldened, if that's the case, to go against the Son of God, because you think, and I'm telling you, some of these women are strippers. Some of these women have certain paths and lifestyles and things like this. And I feel like this is why these people try to put cameras in the house to try to get images of the American Empress that would never display herself like that purposely or anything like this. I feel like that's why they did that. I don't know how far it went, but I'm telling you what I feel and what I sense and what I know from the kickback that was coming from a certain community, especially the tarot community, that something like that happened. And I feel like somebody was like, oh, she's going to go there, because these people have been all in my Akashic. This is people that should have never. These are competitors or people that would think that they're in competition to the throne or something with me, that they've allowed to have access to my private information. That shit is lunacy. Okay? So I don't know if they want to try to call me out because of my foul language sometimes. But again, I mean, like I said, if we talk about the things that these people are doing behind the scenes and have done, liars, manipulators, all these things, they can't even say anything about me. I'm not perfect, but you can't even say that. So I'm just saying, I know these people didn't use technology and everything just to make sure that when it was my day to claim this throne or something, that it wouldn't happen. I know that, you know, when it comes to this Queen Elizabeth energy, I know that they didn't, you know, finish off this queen because something was not going too well. Because that's when I was still in the ranking. And maybe when I feel like after something shifted after the queen passed. So this could be, like I said, this could be the truth that who's on the throne now could be the Antichrist. But again, this is no secret that these rules have been using the seed sometimes of the unseen, unknown bloodlines in order to expand. I don't know why I feel like, you know, I said that rappers pay my bill shit, but I feel like there's some athletes up in it too. And again, this could make these people very mad. 'Cause I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If you came at me and you really was coming at in support, there's no reason that why we would be in this situation right here. Because I know that you went in and you assisted other people and gave them information and the knowledge and put them on the right track as to what they should have been doing at the time to make sure that they can get some type of position. So, you know, so these would be people be pissed off that they didn't know that I knew, or I didn't speak on as much as I knew at the time, or something like this, and now they're very pissed. Okay, like how you gonna be mad at me because I know what the fuck you did and I'm about to talk about it? You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. So, all right, so let's see. I've cleaned up a little bit, and I just want to go right into the straw man energy, and I think I'm gonna start pulling on it right away because, yeah, I just want to know, you know, what we could be looking at here. Okay. So again, I apologize if you guys, you know, because, you know, we go through the motions in real life on this platform. So whatever is most necessary to be talking about. And again, I'm not going to go into anything when it comes to heraldry or lineage or anything because these people already have the information, or they might have tried to burn it or get rid of it. They know who I am, period. There's nothing to talk. They already know. They already know. So why am I going to waste my time doing that? You have it. You give it to me. You have it. So we have the straw man. So what the straw man is an intentionally misrepresented proposition that is set up because it is easier to defeat than an opponent's real argument. A That's number one, the noun, okay? Number two, a person regarded as having no substance or integrity. Okay, but we're sticking more to the fact of the straw man. Um, why I'm saying is, it seemed like it's a dual energy, or they're attacking you from another. It's like they're attacking your character or something. Well, that's a good way kind of to put it a little bit, okay? Then the person, because I'm pretty sure if we're talking about legalese, there's something about the word person, citizen, people, you know, kind of like that, okay? So we have this energy of a straw man. A fallacy is a form of argument, and an informal fallacy of having the impression of so I'm pretty sure if you got rid of your straw man, possibly, if you're able to do that, then they would maybe have to deal directly with you. I feel like the right thing to do in the principle of the matter would be to do that in the first place, but we're dealing with shady people, liars and stuff like this. I put a couple of key verses up on Instagram within the past 24 hours speaking about these particular type of manipulators and liars and deceivers and people that hide the truth and hide things and talk under their tongue or whatever. So it's saying of having the impression of refuting an argument, whereas the real subject of the argument was not addressed or refuted, but instead replaced with a false one. One who engages in a fallacy is said to be attacking a straw man. Now, okay, now that's a little bit, I'm trying to wrap my head around all of it while we're going, okay? Trying to wrap my head around it while we're going. What cards can I use? Which ones? You know what? I'll use these. Informal fallacy having... Now, of course, these people have lawyers and stuff like this, so they know exactly, you know. Cutting the deck on the world card, the tree of life is in her belly. This could have been in your youth. These people could have done something to try to... because we got the rabbit with fertility under her feet. This could have something to do with the way that they have been able to grow a whole tree or something without this knowledge of this girl. Her being, she's kind of like looking off to the side or looking like, what's going on here? What, you want me to take a picture of with this thing in front of my belly? For what? You know what I'm saying? How they have probably taken heirs from a royal or a monarch. And then now they're going off into their lives with the finances and things like this and inheritances to this monarch here. Excuse me. And they plan to make sure that me and my children that I raised have nothing to do with the throne or any type of inheritance here. That they will just take the children that they've taken from my body or my vassal, and they will claim to be royal heirs, and they will run the kingdom. But it's funny how it's saying refuting an argument, whereas the real subject of the argument was not addressed or refuted. So again, this could be somebody swearing that they came to get a divorce from you, but you never even knew that you was married to this person. The throne, I would think that Parliament and these people that work in these particular positions would be making sure that that's not happening. So these people would have had to have some type of assistance because of who they are in the world. These are, we're talking about biblical energy when there's fallen angels, but there's also the point where people that were up fell down and everybody was brought back to an equal level here. These people could have been mixed into society within your area or not or something as regular individuals here. But while they're doing that, they were robbing not just anybody, but heirs. Okay, so that's cannibalistic energy. Lions that would be, or these could be peasants that want to be lions, that would be stealing from lions energetically, and also some way befriending them or being in their energetic field where you can pick up on them, but them never stepping to you or addressing you or talking to you in real life. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like they were dealing with a straw man or a fake me or a bee that's in the trap or a clone or something, instead of dealing directly with who is the real person here, or individual or entity. And then again, since someone's not at the court, it says, but instead replaced with a false one. So again, they wouldn't give you time or the energy or effort to refute or rebuttal something, but it seems like they would just create a false narrative or something about you. So lying on you in court or something like this. And since they're not doing it to you, this is just a one-sided, unrequited court case. But they had to go to real judges. They had to go to real people or some people inside of some of these intricacies or industries in order to get this stuff drafted up or something like this. So it's almost like, well, they're already celebrities or they're already this. So we'd rather deal with them than that, you know, something like that. Okay. Or maybe somebody could be saying, you know, your face is too known because they plastered your face without your knowing all over town or all over the world, you know, waiting for people to not like you or something like that. Even with the Lovers here in reverse, you know, waiting for somebody to fall out of love or something like this. Again, if somebody is like Cinderella wouldn't have knew that. Well, I don't know why she didn't know she was a princess, because if her dad was the king or a king or something like this, I don't know why I think that her dad was a king. Maybe that part wasn't in the story, but maybe that's what it could have been. They were at least, you know, high class individuals if they were going to these balls and stuff like that. So, you know, just thinking about that. So again, so there we go with the straw man energy. So it's kind of like a fake you that they do stuff to that can affect you or block you from blessings or moving forward in your real life. And people are saying, people could be in the background saying, oh, well, you didn't do the work or something. Well, what the fuck is the work? I'm pretty sure you didn't wake up one day and know exactly what to do, where to go, who to contact, and what you needed to lay claim to a throne or something like this. I'm pretty sure you guys worked together as a team. And I'm pretty sure you didn't just work on your stuff, you worked on mine. Because somebody's saying, I handle my business. Yeah, by handling mine. So now you can move the fuck out of the way. Let's see. So now we know the straw man is like a secondary you. Okay. Let's see. It's saying something about arguments here. Uh-oh. Shoot. Come on. All right. Let's see. It says the informal fallacy. The straw man's fallacy is an informal fallacy, which means that the flaws lies with the arguers. Hold on. Let me see. That's the sump pump over there in the corner. Because I was thinking about the straw man. I think that's what Michael Jackson was on the Wiz, wasn't? Wasn't he the straw man? That's also giving me Christ energy. Is also giving me the hangman energy. Yeah, the straw man is giving me a hangman energy here. Informal fallacy, which means that the flaw lies with the arguer's method of arguing rather than the flaws of the argument itself. So I don't know, because I feel like somebody's saying I spoke my something or whatever. So somebody could spook. Okay, they could have been using scare tactics, but someone could have been, you know how they say with the so-called Illuminati or whatever, that they have to admit what they're doing or whatever, not directly to you, but like in their music or in their writings or in their books or in history or something like this. So you know, this could be what these people were doing here. Especially ones that were like in my energy or something, that I was wondering why they were there. So this is like them professing these things or something like this, okay? And that means that you're accepting them or something. I'm not sure. The straw man fallacy avoids the opponent's actual argument and instead argues against an inaccurate car. That's funny that word is in there. Caricature. Wait, no, character. Caricature. Because it's not spelling it like character. It's a caricature. Yeah, caricature. Okay, a caricature. So we have the star here. Okay, we have a Hierophant in the reverse here. We have the Six of Pentacles here with two puppies or two doggies. Okay, and this woman is feeding them a bone through this window here. The Six of Pentacles. But this other one, okay, the dog that's hopping up and acting all anxious about the bone is getting the bone. The one that's just being patient is not getting the bone. So maybe this is like something about like if you just wait on something or something, it won't happen. But again, it would be nice if the group of people that came to lend you a hand actually did that. But I'm guessing this a dog eat dog world is as well here. But I can just say that it is absolutely wasn't a even playing field at all, especially if they had to use brainwashing and mind control on one person while they let other people get ahead and get information. It doesn't make sense to me. And I'm pretty sure they brought packets with shit in there to let these people know who they were, how they would be able to get past this and that. It just didn't happen, Come on, man. Or this was a plot or a plan, a proactive plan or something for years to do what they've done here. Okay? Waking up the lion or rousing the bear was just something to make them laugh about the shit that they already been working on for 10 years, getting everything in order, and then thinking that somebody by themselves with no guidance or anything will be able to catch up to what they've done. Let's see. Especially if these people only want transgenders or gay people or something, or they don't want so-called people that are darker skinned included or to be seen as anybody. That would be something. So it says, what is the primary problem with the straw man argument? A straw man fallacy occurs when a person ignores another person's position on an issue and instead exaggerates, misrepresents, or creates a distorted version of that position. Okay, we tend to do this because by exaggerating someone else's position, it makes the other person's position easier to attack. So, in the background, these people could be coming up to people with their paperwork and things like this. They could also be showing you, going through the motions of being mentally and spiritually attacked. Also confused because I think, yeah, look, we got the 3 of Cups that just jumped. No, the 5 of Cups. This person looks so overwhelmed here. Y'all, is that my cord? And is this? No. Y'all can't see that. Hold on 1 second. That's a little bit ghetto. Okay. Let's see. And what I feel like, we're not even dealing with professionals. I feel like there's certain groups that have already embodied, and they've grown over time with some of these people that have been maybe ruined and would never want nobody to know what happened to them. That's how you emasculate or you control a man that may not be that way, is to introduce him to this. And if initiations for a certain group didn't work, then they will introduce them to overly sexual orgies, or if one person couldn't convince them, they'll get a group of people in to hover around this person. Some of these people might not have had that kind of connection or something like this before, where these people have to stay together. They've taken an oath to follow this through or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they're all getting money or something at the same time and doing things that they've never done in their life, getting accustomed to being famous or rich or whatever this would be. While the real person is sitting here in the 5 of Cups here. You know what I'm saying? These people are crowding around like birds or flocks of birds or something like this. And, at some point in times, it feels like, oh, wow, I'm just really getting into this. Like Alice in Wonderland. Because look, we got the Fool card right here. And she going down this hole. All right. So again, this make me think about how when she was going down the hole and she's like, whoa. And all of the stuff was like floating around her while she was falling down. So, it's kind of like that. Okay. And then finding herself down here in this area here. Like, no, I want to go back to the regular place. This shit is just too crazy for me. So that could be what this is here. I feel like this is where somebody wants you to be here, or wanted somebody to be here. Because all these people are over your head shouting, and it's like being a psychic or being a seer or a Gnostic. You don't have to be in the room. It's where 2 or 3 are speaking in my name. I'm already in tune with what's going on there. And I keep hearing somebody saying, what's the difference? And because maybe they have a clone of me or something like this that are there. But again, if I am awake, I'm in tune to what's going on. don't you think that it's not just about the money, or it's not about fame? Because I feel like this, what we're talking about, may not even be anything where they're gonna take somebody and go put them on the fucking British throne at Buckingham Palace. They may at some point in time in the future do something like this. I'm just talking about learning certain things that wasn't known, learning about different stories or heritage, or I don't know. It's something. It's more about that. I'm the goofy one that would like to have had that type of experience, right? Touring certain places or something like this, and I feel like these people just wanted it for the status, or just to say that they stole it from somebody, or just again, these things do have to do with some type of heraldry or lineage, or a ties to something, or something that you could have found out, even if your particular people in your family weren't anything but wet nurses or something in the past, right? But now we know something different now, and it's the future, it's the present and the future now. So again, it would be nice to know things, there could be some, I feel like sometimes to me it's something lacking, it's something like a plug or something, or a piece of puzzle to me, getting to this far, teaching myself certain things, especially how to, being comfortable reading out loud. I went through a lot to get to where I am right here. So to know that there kind of been people that were around me, that were watching me go through that, and transform myself, and learning and teaching myself and things like this, and helping teaching other people, and to think that I don't deserve something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that could be hurtful, or that could have been hurtful when I realized that. But at the same time, you know, I'm still proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not doing everything. Maybe again, I got to this height or whatever. And now with all this overwhelming energy, it feels like but that's why you're supposed to have a mate or something, a soulmate or a twin flame, or somebody else to walk with you. So to find out that this somebody else is putting this energy in somebody else to walk with them, knowing I'm the one, you know what I'm saying? That could be even also why treason sounds so much like the only word that we can use, or like a double-edged sword, like a betrayal, almost like, again, something being sweet when you take it in. Oh, I am, and then bitter to your belly when you find out that these people have betrayed or forsaken someone here, and they don't have the right to do that, and then nobody's going to do anything about it. Actually, the people that would be doing something about it could have assisted these people on overstepping you and overwhelming you and attacking you. It's something when you think about it like that. So, yeah. So again, that's what would be also, because this calling is something that's, I feel like, brought on by a higher source. And that's why you're waking up and you start going through these motions, and your gifts are activated and things like this. And, I feel like too many people in the past have taken advantage of knowing that they don't want this person to exceed or proceed, right? And so calling this person crazy, and not just leaving them after you've raped and robbed and pillaged and whatever, to know that we all know why you guys are here, but you didn't even leave me with nothing. You decided that I didn't deserve a motherfucking thing. See, that's the problem. Nobody came in. They might have even made other people in the family feel comfortable and soften their pockets by taking your secrets, to write about your secrets or so. So they're still gonna take your whole lifestyle, livelihood. But it's just, I was there living that shit. If you cloned me, that bitch wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Or if she was there, I don't see her. I don't feel like she's as passionate about as I am about whatever this is that I was going for. Why did you have to use me if you have another version of me, or if you cloned me, or you have the original me? Why did you even have to come into my energy? It makes no sense to me. That's what's the difference. Because I'm enough and I deserve. And I think one time Taurus told me, "Well, but don't say you deserve, because that's a kind of something." And I said, I think you're kind of right a little bit, but no, I think so. I think Tank sold a lot of records with that, saying that he deserved. So now, and again, that was bad treatment for what he had done. But again, I feel like I'm deserving, or some shit. It just is. It is what it is. That's somebody's destiny. I'm destined then. You know what I'm saying? Can we use that one? Destined. But it was like, I think that's like times when I would want to go shopping or something like this after having a hard week, or going all year without buying clothes and only getting some clothes in the summertime or something, by, because we had a lot of children and I had to sacrifice lots. So, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yeah, I deserve to go shop. And then, it would be a conversation like that. Usually, I would be able to do something. He would have, still let me go or whatever, get the shit or whatever. But, yeah. But I just remember he would say that. So we have the four of wands here. And again, here's the wedding cake with no person here, or no people. I think this look a lot like my cake. I just had like a simple 2-tier cake, but there's no people there. And then we have the Ace of Swords here, okay? So this is something here. Maybe a table is being prepared here already. And somebody needs to just rise to the occasion here. Creates a distorted version of that position. Like the song Royals just came on with Lourdes, or whatever her name is. We'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. See, and that's what I'm saying, like, or people saying, ooh, those Illuminati or those royals do this, or, oh, you'll never, or like Moana, her father was like, don't go to the reef, or, when Ariel's dad said, don't go up to the surface again. You know what I'm saying? But they were born to go up to the surface. They were born to go beyond the reef. I think that's just some way to look at it a little bit here. People in the so-called indigenous, or, a lot of people were doing this, not just so-called black people, but, they doing like this, they doing like that. And then I feel like some of these entertainers, like, putting on the Ritz, knowing it's not, like, said, y'all corny with that Illuminati stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? So we have the Eight of Swords here, okay? And I'm hearing somebody saying back in the black or something like this, so I don't know. And then I had money on my card when I went to go pick up my daughter's salad, but for some reason my card wasn't working. So I don't know if this is them, a jealous bitch that don't belong in the position that she in, because she tried to steal it from me, doing something here and trying to pull some strings or something like this. Because again, I couldn't even record lives last night. For some reason, I just went to bed. I got so pissed off. Y'all probably seen like 3 videos with like 1 second or something like this. I just got irritated and I just went to bed. So, exaggerating someone else's position. Now, this could also be, again, put in, like he said, you have clothes. In the Bible, when he says, you have clothes, why don't you be our ruler? So, again, this could be like, again, exaggerating. Someone could be like, shooting somebody up with numbers real quick, buying numbers, buying YouTube channels to seem like you have lots of numbers, whatever people do. Things like this. Getting someone all dressed up, all nice and everything like this, so they can look like they're pristine or something like this, okay? Exaggerating that, okay? Also, these people that were coming around, exaggerating their position here. But something already just told me, since these people don't see me in real life, there's, exaggerating the 5D, right? As if it's so much something, exaggeration of Bitcoin and all these other things that now I don't even hear really people talking about it no more. Maybe it was just for those people that were stealing people's shit. I don't know. But yeah, this could be also people like, you know what it was when these people came in. When I knew what it was when these people came in my energy, right? But at the same time, at some point in time, they try to flip the script, like I'm the beggar queen or something like this or whatever. And it's just like, nah, That kind of energy. And it makes the other person easier to person's easier to attack. So again, this is what I was saying too about like me talking about like nudity or something like this, or just like anybody that was like doing something, you know, like inappropriate like that. How can they be considered to be like a queen or something like this? So I feel like that's why I said I feel like they tried to sneak in, knowing that they wouldn't find no shit like that from me. They try to sneak in and try to get something like that or force something like that on someone. Because I see like Cardi and China coming out talking about, oh, I'm clean now, and I used to do this and I used to do that. And it may be at a time right here while, you know, something, but I don't need nobody to do that because my, like, whatever was going on, if these people did this behind the scenes, it was not of any of my knowledge. That's a crime. It's a crime. It's a crime. Somebody forced a masculine energy to put dirt on me because they thought that I was having too much of a pristine come up. They thought, damn, this just was left for her, inherited. This person don't deserve it. Look, she's lazy. She don't do nothing or something like this. Maybe I wasn't fit to do anything but what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I've raised my children in 24 hours a day, every single day of the week, damn near a single parent in a union though, with the amount of time that I had to put in alone with my children. And I'm fucking tired of that part. And I'm moving on to something else. Maybe I'm recuperating from all those years of all that shit I had to do by myself. So, you know, it's just whatever. Okay. And I feel like a lot of other women can vouch for that. Maybe, and then like again, right now it's not empty nest syndrome so called, but just within the past year or so, we just got rid of all of the older children. You know what I'm saying? So it's settling into that energy as well. Okay. Saying woo. Because, you know, woo. Yeah, that was a lot. Okay. So how a straw man works. First, it says first person A states their position. Then person B presents a distorted version of person A's. See, this is too confusing already. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Then person B presents a distorted version of person A's original position. So again, somebody trying to make it seem like you're just a wet nurse or a bed wench or a mistress or a high priestess instead of the empress, you know, something like this. Or again, if we're talking about Jesus energy, a king of all kings or a king of a king of cups, while pretending that there's no difference between the two versions. So somebody keeps asking me, what's the difference? What's the difference? Well, the difference is I'm still here like, what the fuck happened? Somebody took my shit and I'm mad. You know, and I'm destined to do something that somebody thinks that they can be in control of and block me from. So much so that they had to use extra measures in order that would be inhumane if somebody thought that they were doing this to their dog, okay, to imprison someone in a mental prison or something like this. Somebody could, even if we have this situation, somebody could at least help you win a case about that instead of whatever else we're talking about, like this inheritance or a crown or a throne or your cookie jar. You get what I'm saying? Like that. At least somebody could have dropped you a message. I was about to say a bundle, but that would sound like tracks or weave. A message or something where you would be able to take something and say, I knew it. The thing that you would be worse worried about, like me finding out that somebody was recording me without my knowledge, especially in an intimate moment or naked, when I never would agree to that, that to show me this is a packet or something that says here's some images, you're gonna be pissed off, but it's the truth, and then I will have something to go with. But no, you see what I'm saying? Okay. So again, this is how I know the same people that cause this problem got to be the same people that think that they're going to enjoy some type of livelihood and be mad that we're talking about this right now. Okay. All right. Let's see, because it's saying more. So I'm going to post this on my page about this. Okay, but we're just going to read this final part right here, and then we're going to move on to just, I want to talk about straw in general. So it's saying, finally, person B attacks the distorted version of person A's position and acts as if this invalidates person A's original argument. So the original argument is that Shalonda is an heir to, we'll just say, the throne. Okay. But somebody else is saying, watch the throne. Right? Okay. So, and somebody else is saying, no, this person is just this, or listen, or that they're just servants, or look at their family, or look at their lifestyle, or look at this, or look at that. These could even be people that knew that you would detach from everybody around you or your family or something like this, right? And so, again, knowing that you may even be telling stories, because people don't like for their family stuff to be, and I don't talk about family all day, but there's little versions of stories that happen in my life that I've shared on here, which other people might be upset about. And then these people would not want to deal with you anymore or something like this. So, you know what I'm saying? Or little things that you leak or you let out, just not being, trying to be specific and not trying to be messy, but with your storytelling, it might come out. And then now these people are upset or something like this. Friends and shit like this are, you know what I'm saying, low key haters. And that's a way for them to get these friends when they come around to spill the beans. And for me, they didn't have to go that far because I really kept a tight circle. That was another way to protect my energy or my image, my reputation, things like this. Okay. But again, I was just talking to my daughter about this the other day, about friends and stuff like that, and friends and associates and what's the difference and things like this. And, I think I remember having this conversation with myself, when I was younger, or even with a friend or something like this. Okay. And then, we were talking about it, and she was like, yeah, I know there's a difference and everything like this or whatever. And I said, well, still, you might find out when you grow up with your situation that even the best friends that you do get, the secrets that you told them and your people that you call sisters or cousins, and, they may be able to settle out one day and tell your business. So just don't tell nobody nothing. Because I've always been an open book. Like, we always talked a lot, but if I go back, it wasn't about them talking too much or talk about their business. And again, I think one of my sisters, she don't talk that much. She like to listen to other people talk about their shit. We already know, we already talked about it. She know it. All right. So, but I've always been the one where everybody's like, girl, what happened? And then it's like, and I'd be open about it or something like this. But again, now seeing that I was the one that was probably, if we looking at the movie Rain, they would be my ladies or whatever, and I would be the queen. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. Apologies. That was not a fart. I promise. It's my stomach because I just ate some lettuce. Okay. So, and that's why I'm saying, I don't know why I can't eat green stuff no more. I was about to get that crunchy kale from, Chick-fil-A, and I'm like, nah. But I just ate a little bit of my daughter's salad, and yeah, it's already acting up. So, so let's see. So it says, okay, so again, essentially person B creates a straw man, which is a distorted version of the opponent's original argument, which makes it easy for them to attack their opponent's stance. This means that there's a flaw in the premise of the straw man's argument, since the stance that it addresses doesn't actually reflect the stance that is originally meant to address. As such, the straw man fallacy is considered to be a type of informal logical fallacy. And specifically a type of relevance fallacy, since the person using it is attacking a stance that is not directly relevant to the discussion at hand. So get what I'm saying? This is how this shit can get real confusing real quick. Note that in some cases, the use of a straw man might involve a slightly different process. For example, the person using the straw man might not present the distorted version of their opponent stance before attacking it, but will instead use an attack that simply addresses the distorted stance directly. Now, again, listen, hopefully y'all got that. And we just gonna read one thing about it. Okay, the following is a typical example of a straw man argument. A teaching assistant. The homework assignment was much harder than we thought. So I think we should give a few extra points to students who completed it. And the professor says, that's a terrible idea. If we give everyone a perfect score for no reason, students wouldn't bother working hard in the future. But it's just like, what? I don't even, again, I could get this part right here where it's just like, what? That's not what I said though. But it's just the person really, we could just pick up the first couple of words that this professor said. That's a terrible idea. And it might just be somebody saying, we know about this and you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, somebody saying, I can't control the past, but I can control the future. Great. Let's put these motherfuckers in jail and get busy. You know what I'm saying? Great. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think? What do you think I am? So we got this energy here of the strength card here with the leopard here or the cheetah. Okay. Can a leopard change his spots? Okay. Or its spots. All right. But there's that's the strength card right there, all right? And then we also have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the castle here, okay? So I don't know. I was just thinking about this in my head the other day when this castle came up and it was in the reverse here, okay? And I was saying it seemed like somebody wanted somebody to go towards something here, but they would be embarrassed here, okay? And then we have this energy of the two white rabbit energies. Now, if you ain't killed a white rabbit, then you ain't no friend of mine. So that's a little bit, the hound dog energy. That's a little bit Southern flair here, okay? So, I'm thinking like, I don't know, because even she has a white rabbit. Dang, I thought I pulled one with the white rabbit at the foot. Maybe I put it back. Maybe we didn't pull it. So I don't know, because we have two white rabbits here. Now, these white rabbits could considered to be somebody that would be innocent or pure or something, that they've been mind control all their life or used for other people's pleasures or something, or poking fun or whatever, chasing them down or whatever this will be, like some freak hunting experiences or something like this. I don't know. Or mind programming these people, or like that girl that who run the world girls. These people could have been trying to shift somebody's energy, playing somebody's energy. If they couldn't get in your energy, they could have been playing in people's energy around you. You know what I'm saying? Like taking turns with those people. Because if you're a royal or you're the chosen one, now they could have done some shit that would be they could have done something to a monarch that they shouldn't have done. Okay? Like implanted something like something in your retina or something like this. But I feel like they were using the other people around you. So again, let's say somebody else could be engaging here with like your cousin or your sisters or something like this. And when you're engaging with these sisters, really somebody else is behind the scenes and can see what that person sees. So it's almost like they're your friends. It's almost like these people are hanging around you this whole time, but they were just observant. Like the black cat at the foot of Sekhmet or at the foot of a Queen of Wands, like listening to the tea, catching the scraps, whatever. But all in all, these women were behind the scenes, possibly in some kind of suit or booth or something, looking at you, and then knowing that one day they're going to have these women and be in high class, in high sedity households or whatever, and that they plan for these women to take this position from whoever the real royal is that would have been displaced or grown up in the hood or grown up. Now this person would know more about everyday people, challenges, suffering and suffrage, and went through the suffering in the storm with their people, surrounded by people not knowing why they felt like they were different, or people didn't understand them or want to deal with them or something like this or whatever. You went through that. You didn't have a clique of friends to hang out with, cars for your birthday and shit like that. You just had the bare minimum. Okay. In the audacity or the nerve of these people here. So then that will just leave you being something to discard here. We've lived life vicariously through this feminine energy because we weren't able to do this. This could also be what I'm hearing is that they could have been using some type of sex magic or something here to experience certain things or something like this that they weren't able to do because it was staying their image. But again, they were using mind control or something like this in order to have you do it. All right. But we still take responsibility for our own actions around here. So I don't give a fuck. You still not going to discard me or you're not going to disgrace me from things that I've done in my life, in my bedroom, that I thought was only my business anyway. Because if you ask me, for some of us, that was never supposed to be exposed. These documents and these papers were never supposed to be exposed. Somebody just came up with a scheme to dethrone or denounce or something of feminine energy. And so they went to work. Okay. to go in and try to go into the Akashic records or go into some files or something. And again, this is some shit I would like to see. I would like to see if there's a file on me since I was a child. Every record from every school, every fight, every argument, principal office thing. I would like to go through and look at those things. But no, you mean to tell me somebody else has? That shit is an invasion of privacy to another fucking, and this should infuriate any fucking body that would be listening, because this is what I feel like these people were doing to put the sun in reverse. And some people could have been paid because, you know, this could be like your spouse or something could have been a royal, but they would have never liked that lifestyle. So they might have turned down the throne and then agreed to allow these people to tear you down from yours. And you might have been thinking one day, I damn near do want my throne. But because this person didn't want it, they allow other people to tear you down and then now look at you. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up. Or this person like got an allotment or a payment or something like this here. Wow. So again, let's see what this example is. In this example, the professor uses a straw man argument. So that's not even, okay, so maybe this is saying that this not even what these people was talking about. Why did this person go way left field and go all the way that far with it? You know what I'm saying? When they just said, you know, we should give some extra points. That's all. For the people that did it, it seemed like it was hard. And this person said they'll never do nothing in their future. You know, we come from households and shit where that is capable of happening on a day-to-day basis. Okay, but I feel like this builds up restriction or something like this in the mental of children. Excuse me, that could carry on into adulthood. This is why I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't able to express myself or be angry or tell my mom why I'm angry about why she's angry or why I felt like she did something like this. But, you know, I wanted to make sure when my children were growing up that let's not go too far. But I wanted to give them the free reins to be able to, even if they're pissed off and getting loud or something, to express themselves to a certain degree. Okay. So again, hell, I was yelling, especially when I was younger with them. It says the professor argues against giving everyone a bonus, while the teaching assistant suggested only giving it to students who completed the assignment. So these are 3 ways, okay? Like I said, then that was just a little too far because she didn't even say nothing, but damn, this was hard. Should we give the extra points to the people that finished it? You know, and this person like, oh, they'll never, you know, he went all the way the fuck in right here, okay? So again, I don't know if it was a girl or a guy. Okay, I'm just saying, okay? And it says the professor argues against giving students a perfect score, while their assistant suggested giving only a few extra points. The professor argues against giving students a bonus for no reason, while their assistant suggested giving them the bonus because the assignment was harder than expected. See, it's kind of something like this, okay? This is actually kind of cool. Okay, hold on. In doing all of this, the professor makes it much easier for themselves. I wonder if these kind of things are on a damn test, like the SATs or something like this. You know, they used to ask us like paragraph question, or, you know, the, what do you call it? Goodness, what's the questions called when you, like a math question that's like in a paragraph? Damn, I can't remember. Or in a sentence or something. Like, I can't remember. Anyways. All right. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter whether the overall claim of the professor who is using the straw man are true or not, i.e., that if anyone got a perfect score for no reason, then students would work hard and wouldn't work hard in the future. This is because the professor argued why can I say professor? This is because the professor's argument is a fallacious misrepresentation of their opponent's stance, meaning that it's entirely irrelevant to the discussion in the first place. Because I'm guessing because the girl didn't even say it like that. So, you know, yeah, it would be irrelevant here. Okay. Another example is Alex says, I think a bigger portion of our company budget should go to customer support because we're currently struggling in that area. Okay. That's 2 things. Okay. Somebody's thinking that more money should go towards customer support because they're doing bad in the area. And Bob says, this is here, what about Bob? if we spend all our money on custom. Okay, so nobody said spend all the money. See, this people be getting pissed off at me when they talking to me. Okay, because I'm already catching it. Like, hold on. I didn't say that. He said if we spend all the money, okay, if we spend all of our money on customer support, like you're suggesting, so funny, we'll go bankrupt in a year. In this example, Bob is using a straw man when he distorts Alex's original stance in order to make it easier to attack. Specifically, while Alex proposes that the company should spend a bigger portion of their budget on customer support, Bob attacks the idea that the company should spend all of their budget on customer support, which is different, much more extreme, which is a different, much more extreme stance, i.e., a straw man. Okay, so, okay, we get this, all right? I don't know why I like it. Okay. Okay, well, we're not gonna, I'm gonna put this up on my Facebook, and we're not gonna, because we already talked about straw man. I'm pretty sure whatever this is something that people was starting 2 years ago or something like this, and they probably, I just feel like I feel like this is like a rat race or something. I just want to hit on it though, because I just want to hit on it and pull on it. Hit it and quit it. Because I feel like my cards is gonna give me whatever else I probably need here in this situation. Okay. But we're gonna learn how to counter it or nothing like this. Okay. Um. But I do want to see this types of straw man arguments. There are countless ways to distort an opposing view when using a straw man. Common ways to do so is oversimplifying, generalizing, or exaggerating the opponent's argument, focusing only on a specific aspect of the opponent's argument, quoting parts of the opponent's argument out of context, arguing against fringe. And now you can see how hard this is if people been one-sided, pulling on your energy, shooting stuff at you where you got to scramble to even see what the fuck you're talking about, and nobody's being accurate or speaking to you. They're speaking into the air. Now again, that's making me think about the air and air. Okay. But that's why I'm feeling like, is this the energy of a doppelganger or the energy of a clone, or what is this? Okay. So it's saying, quoting part of the argument, the opponent's argument out of context, arguing against fringe or extreme opinions, which are sometimes used in order to support the opponent's stance, excuse me, but which the opponent didn't actually use. So they didn't actually say that, but they're putting that shit in there anyways and making it like this is what they said. Okay. Okay. In addition, there are various other ways in which people create straw man arguments, which can be as minor as changing small details in their opponent's original statement. So somebody could have been doing this to you. I felt like people were doing this with copy and pasting my work or what I was doing on my platform and making it seem like I said something that I didn't say. Stuff like this. Yes. I'm doing a video. Okay. Details in their opponent's original statement, or as major as completely fabricating claims that their opponent has never made in the first place. Stop. I'm doing a video. However, all these techniques share one thing in common. They all involve someone distorting an opposing stance. Excuse me. Stop it. What are you doing that for? What? What? Okay, here I come. Let me finish reading this and I'll come up there. And I'll put the card part for later. It says, however, all the techniques share one thing in common. They all involve someone distorting the opposing. I'm coming, I said. I'm coming in a second. Distorting the okay, the opposing stance in order to make it easier to attack. Look, this is all I'm reading right here. Okay. It's not emergency because you're sitting here looking right up in my face. Here I come. As such, straw man arguments, I want to get this part out of the way because I don't want to read when I come back, y'all. Apologies. As such, straw man arguments are relatively simple to recognize in discourse. Essentially, when you what are you doing that for? Essentially, when you realize that there is a mismatch between someone's stance and the stance that their opponent is attacking, it's a clear sign that a straw man is being used. Nevertheless, in practice, it can be sometimes difficult to notice or to be sure whether this type of argument has been used, especially if the person who is using the straw man knows what they are doing. Period. Okay? So, yeah, so we got this energy of the Two of Pentacles here. All right, which is like a circus act or something like this. And we have, I'm coming. And we have this energy of this royal air here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here for a second. I have to stop. I'll be right back.